Okay, so welcome back everybody. Welcome back to the channel. And yeah, welcome back to the game. The game is Albion Online. As you can see right there, we are playing Albion Online. By the way, guys, how about someone buying me some coffee? That would be really awesome. And if you want to send me some coffee, you can do so by using the links in the description. Coffee is the best, okay? Coffee is the best. Anyway, let's go play Albion. So what am I going to do today? Well, I'm basically just going to guess what? Gather resources. Whoa, there's a fish over there. I think we're going to go fishing. Okay, there you go. Perfect. Okay, we caught, what is this? An upland called and even some seaweed. Okay, what are we going to do with the seaweed? I have no idea. So we gather everything. Oh, I forgot the donkey. The power of magic compels you. I guess you can also describe Albion Online as a cozy MMORPG. Okay, my sickle broke. I guess I'll have to go back. Yeah, I'm heading back to town to fix my sickle. But wait, there's a fish over there. Okay, perfect. A common rod, huh? It's common.
Broke your stuff again. Careful. See you soon.
Welcome, friend.
Whoa, look at that. This fish is very expensive. Wow. Okay, I got the horse. I just bought a horse for 25k. Okay. Oh, it's a gray horse. Oh, I got myself a gray horse. Okay, I guess that's good. Why is it a gray horse? Okay, anyway, since I have a gray horse, a pale horse, a gray horse. Anyway. Okay, let's take a look at the journal. Journal? What's wrong with the journal? There's nothing important in the journal. The power of magic compels you. Compels you what? What is this? Buff. Increase your max load by 80k. Oh, that's good. That is a good buff to have, I guess. Okay, well, after challenge for 15 seconds, your mount transport you instantly to the last. Ah, okay. This costs 326 silver. So, yeah, there is a skill when you are mounted. Adept Tome of Insight. Daily bonus completed. Quick learn activated. Ooh, okay. So adept or miner. Okay, I fisherman. Yeah, what's this? Stone cutter. Expert wood planer. Wow. Okay. Oh. Journeyman armor fighter. Leather hood. Okay. Journeyman hunter. Oh, bow fighter. We're gonna go kung fu fighter. Adept adventurer. I'm a mage. Huh? I guess because I'm using healing. Okay, so since it's very quiet, I have like 26 minutes left. Let's go watch some Asmongold video here in YouTube. Let's take a look at this. Here we have Highguard is genuinely effed. Okay, by Asmongold. Oh, it's not auto-playing. I wonder why. I'm kind of surprised that it didn't autoplay. Why is it not playing? Okay, this is really weird that the video is not playing. I wonder why. I wonder how. I wonder why. I wonder why the browser's not playing the video. Ah, look at that. The small frame kind of framed chat. There is a constant battle, I guess, between browsers and YouTube. I guess the video will eventually play. Or maybe not.
Some days can get a little crazy. But with Food Panda,
Okay, so YouTube is now blocking Brave. Yeah, look at that. As soon as I turn off the ad blocker. So as soon I'm having a hard time saying this. As soon as I turned off the ad blocker, the video played. So it means that YouTube is blocking Braves ad blocker. And it's oh, this one is skippable.
You think that this was one of those crash outs that people will talk about? Like, this will be an educational material in game design school in like 3 years. People will look back at Highguard and it will be like, all right, class, take out your pencil and I want you to write an essay on why you think Highguard failed.
I think we all know it, but I may as well just say it. Highguard is a game living on borrowed time.
It sure is.
And that's time that it turned because the leadership team fired most of the development team that built the damn game.
Yep.
And now the fear is that the game is in a death spiral, the type of which it won't be able to recover from.
It's not in a death spiral. Well, I guess, okay, yeah, it is.
Because whenever people see layoffs like this, they don't really feel like investing their time, their energy, and their money into a game that just may not be there. It only took 16 days after launch for the layoffs to happen, and since that happened, well, things have only got worse, at least for their PR. And now, there's even a new 10-cent shaped question.
Whoa, level 5 leather jacket fighter.
16 days after launch, Highguard developer Wildlight Entertainment began laying off staff.
It's only 16 days? Okay, they didn't last... Okay, how long did Kong...
So Highguard lasted for 16 days. Amazing. That is amazing.
They decided to, quote, part ways.
12 days. Okay, so almost.
Developers to continue innovating on and supporting the game. One of the people let go, a level designer called Alex Grainer, was a bit more blunt. He said, this one really stings. There was a lot of unreleased content that I and others had designed for Highguard. So what we see in that is, there is...
Some babies deserve to be aborted. Maybe it's better that people didn't see it.
lots of content that exists on the servers that team.
Oh, come on, my tool broke again.
I mean, it's just the way it is. Like, don't get mad at me.
These servers that only got bigger
What?
when the game's website went down.
Oh.
For many people, especially seeing even the site go down,
Yep.
it was a clear trend that Highguard was firmly on the way out and would be dead. But it turns out it's not dead, at least in that way, because one of the remaining devs explained to their Discord that the website was being, quote, transferred and simplified, but that was low
Oh, it's being simplified.
priority, and
Yes.
the reputational damage of their site going down was already done.
Yes.
A little bit rough. I mean, talk about someone being kicked whenever they're down.
Yes.
So,
They
the
kicked
remaining
themselves.
staff
They
then
decided to
are
take it
simply
down
going to be
without
working
saying
on
anything.
improving the game, shipping whatever content.
No. If this is actually true, they could have just said, hey, we're taking the website down. We're going to be doing updates and making the website better for you guys, so stay tuned. And then none of this would have happened. So, like, even inside, like, even at this very moment, they're retarded. They're retarded even now.
And that's actually why they
How
do
it
ship
is.
another base and other gadgets, and a little bit more importantly for the old bottom line, some new cosmetics and bundles.
Oh, an owl.
Going on.
Nice.
Don't really know if players will feel able to invest to buy those cosmetics and bundles, even if they like the game. And
Yeah.
the only way that'll change is leadership from this team just coming out and saying, listen,
Make sure to buy the microtransactions for the video game that's probably going to get shut down in 3 months. Buy it now, guys. You see that? You've never seen something like this before.
this is the situation, this is how long we can run for, you know, all
Yeah.
of those things, so that people don't feel like there's a massive air of uncertainty over
right.
even supporting the game. Which is a bad place to be if you're someone who likes that game and wants to support it.
Too bad.
Just won't feel
Too
like
bad.
you can. And obviously there are loads
It's
of things
over.
flying around, from commenters to devs to publishers, just people trying to talk about this game and work out
Yes.
why it did not work. Was it too niche? Was it the art style? Was it the Game Awards? Is it all just Jeff Keighley's master plan for chaos? Who knows?
Jeff Keighley killed the game. That's so true. It's all his fault that the game's bad.
knows? And the thing
He
is,
made the
when you
game
look
too.
at some of the beats, like launch day, and you wonder how a game could perform, air quotes, so well, and then need to lay off the majority.
Okay, let's see. Let's go with.
No, I mean, launch day matters a lot. And that's the reason why they laid him off, is because everybody left. Like, that's the reason why.
at nearly 100,000 concurrents on Steam at launch.
Wow, I don't have money to buy an adept armor.
And reported by the game business, 1.54 million people played the game across all platforms in the 2 days of January, putting it on par with existing games like Palworld, DayZ, and Red Dead Redemption 2. And across the whole month, Circana ranked it in the top 10 for US Steam that week and the top 20 for console. For any new launch, especially in indie, that's incredible. And you may think, 100,000 concurrents, 1.54 million players, this
How
doesn't
could you think? Yeah.
Well, remember what concurrency is. It's
Well,
just
okay.
concurrency.
Yeah.
If you play the game for an hour or two in launch evening,
I have another novice sickle here.
well,
That do be how the math is.
then it hit 15,000 concurrents on Steam by week 2. And for many, that was a clear sign of failure. People bouncing off of server issues, bugs, or gameplay.
How are we doing right now?
See you later.
Okay, so where did it go? Where did my sickle go? Yeah, okay, that was an ad.
Just not landing. But here's the thing. That first week isn't really the moment to look at. Even though that first week had some little glimmers. You saw that if people played for more than 2 hours, the reviews were way more positive. Which...
That's like saying that a person that eats an entire plate of shit means that shit tastes good. Well, yeah, obviously, you have a selection bias there of the people that are playing it longer would play it longer because they think it's good. That doesn't mean that you're not serving shit.
is to be
Think
expected,
about it.
but I think what is interesting is the sheer quantity of those positive reviews. Yes, the Steam score was really bad, but the number of reviews in total was humongous. So even though positive was not as large a percentage as I'm sure the devs would have wanted, it was still quite a lot of people. But even with all that, it's episode 2's launch on the 6th of February. That's the thing we need to talk about.
A positive review doesn't mean shit if you don't play the game. Like, people said the game is good, well then why aren't you playing the game? Because you just put that on there for no reason. You just tried to say, oh, it's a good game, like people are rating it badly, but you don't even play it. That's the thing, that's what I love about concurrent player counts. That's what I love about, you know, like raw numbers and data like that, is it takes all these people's feelings and it puts them in the dirt. Puts them in the dirt, said, fuck your feelings. This is what people actually do.
About. It had maps, mounts, quality of life, a new hero that had some kind of neat movement. Turns
This is the
into
coolest character they made. There's some Blade shit, right? I mean, like, they should have introduced him. He should have been the main character, not that weird-ass fucking loser.
Wolf does wolfy things, but it peaked at 8,500.
It's pretty obvious.
That's a weaker show, but it's not a healthy player count for an indie multiplayer game. Because when you're an indie, the revenue that you get, minus any platform fees, is yours. It doesn't go to a publisher, so you are operating fundamentally at a, well, higher degree of financial efficiency. So they don't need as many people to sustain themselves. And that's actually why concurrent player count is not the real story here. No.
It absolutely is the real story. If the game had a regular concurrent player count of 40,000, they wouldn't have done these layoffs. The reality is that the reason why they did it is because people stopped playing the game. Because the concurrent, well, you have to look at, like, what is their business model? Their business model is to effectively get people into the game and then sell copies of cosmetics through the game battle passes.
He died.
Like, let's say you're trying to sell, you know, like popsicles, but nobody goes inside the shop. Well, how the fuck can you sell a popsicle if they don't even go inside the popsicle shop? You got a problem.
It isn't, because regardless of numbers
There's no
of
install base,
Wildlife
exactly.
leadership will
You
have
can't do it.
targets for daily average players and spending that they would have expected to retain. Player count dropping is very much expected.
Yeah.
The problem is the trend line, less in terms of player count.
To say it's expected, that's like saying that, like, you know, it goes down a little bit is the same as it goes down by 90%.
Perhaps far more so in the one thing that we don't have
Looks
data
stupid.
for, and that is the literal amount of money. Although I think we can say that the lack of incoming funds absolutely was their big problem. Now let me explain. The first season pass was actually free. There were minimal cosmetics to purchase, so the game launched in a fairly unmonetized state. That's fine and expected.
I would say the amount of money that they made, right? Because like you do the math, right? You said 1.54 million people played, and
So if the game lasted for only 16 days, are they going to refund
they would not spend.
all those who bought
And so
cosmetics during those 16 days?
you got half of the people that play.
That's kind of unfair, right? That's kind of unfair.
You have 75,000 people, and then you probably look at maybe like 10% or 20% of those people that would actually be invested enough to buy cosmetics in this game. And so you're really looking at probably sales of about 10,000 to 20,000 customers, and you know each one is like maybe $200 or sorry, $20. Like you do the math on this, right? It's like $20 times 20,000, right? That's $400,000. That's nothing. That's nothing, bro. Like really, think about, you made $400,000 on your release, and you've been working on this game for how long? Like, what's your burn rate? That probably doesn't even cover a week's worth of fucking rent. It's nothing. You do the math.
Your launch is big as...
And then also, like, say, make it 4 million. 4 million, it's still not enough.
possible and give people not really a lot to scrutinize.
It's
the
over.
second season
It's
pass
dead.
was not free. It was paid. It went live on February 6th, and 6 days after it went live, the layoffs. You see, episode 2 and the paid battle pass were Wildlight's first real chance to make money. Player counts are only half the story. You can't pay your devs with a player count. You need money.
You can, on average.
Now, maybe
You gotta look at averages, conversion rates.
Players to show up the rates of a AAA shooter. Maybe, though, they would have been happy with the Season 2 numbers in terms of players. But in
Nope,
a free-to-play
they couldn't.
game, player counts are only as good as the percentage of those people that actually convert into being payers.
Which, by the way, there is ample, extreme, and like just like think about this, right? Think about how much research has probably been done on conversion rates of users to payers inside of free-to-play ecosystems. Think about the billions of dollars that's been spent on this information.
Unfortunately, as a free-to-play player, I don't usually spend money on free-to-play games.
At the start, you claim your basic equipment and prepare for the journey.
I'm sorry, Dams. I'm sorry.
Territory where
If you have a free-to-play game, I'm sorry, because I don't spend money on free-to-play game.
with every enemy defeated, you gain resources, equipment, and growing power. You keep moving, growing stronger with each step. Unlock new abilities and refine your combat style, leaving one foe after another behind you. At last, you face the final boss. This is the ultimate test of strength and resolve. Fight with everything you have.
Reputation increased.
Rare.
Reputable. Okay. What does it mean?
Armed with your spoils, you press onward into deeper, unknown realms, where new challenges await your conquest.
Oh, that was another ad.
That's why they hook you in with the dark
that what it
monetization patterns right off the bat. And it's why those dark monetization patterns tend to be related to player power or significant in-game friction. We see that all over the mobile game space. And even with that, it is often said that it's over 30 days, 35 days to convert someone from a player to a payer. And that is in a mobile game using all of the dark patterns. Obviously, for a game like this,
That's like Genshin Impact at full power.
it isn't using those dark patterns, it's probably going to take longer. And that's
Yep.
why slashing your team to pieces only 6 days after most people have an opportunity to even spend money in your game shows that something went really wrong. Now, obviously, that first free battle pass was an attempt to earn the good graces of gamers by delaying monetization. But it could have also meant that people had no buy-in. to
Nobody
stay.
cares about monetization. I'm gonna hit people with the reality. Nobody gives a shit. If the game is good, people will spend money on it. If the game is bad, they will not spend money on it.
Wrong, Asmongold. If the game is good and it's free to play, I'm not going to spend money on it.
Monetization, and we'll make this
That's just the reality. Of course, I'm just speaking for myself.
the vast minority. If they were not the vast minority, you wouldn't see every single.
If it's not a free to play game and it's good, then I might buy the game
Payers just
at a discount.
at a
a large discount. In fact, until now, I'm still waiting for No Man's Sky to do an 85 or 90% sales off in Steam.
Highguard, like most games released right now, was funded
Yeah, I'm still waiting for it
back then when it was cheap. Interest rates were
because I'm going to buy it,
meant that it was fairly easy for
but not at full price in Steam.
to just take a punt on a bunch of developers. Now, Tencent was one of the groups doing this, and you've seen many other megacorps as well, like, say, NetEase. Now, Tencent led the funding rounds for Wildlight, and money was cheap and easy to offer. And it's reported that they led the
I don't think that this is a smoking gun as much as other people think it is. The fact is that Tencent has their hand in so many cookie jars that I don't feel like this means a whole lot. I mean, they're invested into like thousands of companies and they have like billions of dollars. Like they're doing this with everything.
funding rounds for
How it
Wildlight
is.
through their
10 cents Grim Reaper? No, they're not. What are you talking about?
But what's important here is they don't actually own the studio, right? So this is still an independent studio in terms of its ownership structure, although, yes, some equity probably will have been given up. It's probably a situation like that. So Tencent then were seemingly one of the largest financial backers, but they don't have majority ownership of the company. That means they're not in control of the company. So at best, they're a minority shareholder, like they are with many other studios, like, say, Larian. Now, maybe Tencent...
That doesn't necessarily mean that they might not have certain privileges. Like, obviously, investment contracts and, you know, anything like this, like, they're always going to be at this level. It's going to be a bespoke agreement. So they could have different types of rights to refusal, veto power, etc. So this is all, nobody really knows what the actual deal is, right? So people are just making things up. Like the golden share, yeah, like Class A stock.
If the company succeeded, but obviously didn't. But that stuff was going on in 2022, back when the team was 28 people and, quote, fully funded. 2026 is a different story.
Yeah.
Now, Tencent funded the team until launch. That seems like a pretty simple sentence, doesn't it? But there's actually a lot inside it. Because are they funding it to the intended launch of the game when it's in a perfect state and ready to go? Or is it the development team received a certain amount of money and they've now just had to ship the game whenever the money is run out?
Probably both. It's probably neither and both. And like it's a decision, like most video games get released before developers feel comfortable with releasing them. Things like Baldur's Gate 3 and Expedition 33 are the vast minority.
That's the thing. Projects can be uncertain, things can be delayed, and quite often, if a game is failing at launch, it's often because it wasn't supposed to launch that way.
Yeah.
It's rather that the budget ran out, and they basically had to ship whatever the hell they had. Highguard shipped. The alternative was probably going bust and having
The
absolute...
term for this is called MVP, not most valuable player, minimum viable product.
absolutely nothing to show for it.
That's
And
the good one.
rough
Oh,
position
wow.
that so many companies end up in. But of course, the game being out, it would need to hit a certain revenue per month to actually pay the devs who are building it. They need to be bringing enough money in to actually start projecting their revenue, work out their cash flow, all the things that you need to do to support an ongoing live service. And those things
Well, any business, you have to have revenue projections, obviously.
good. That meant leadership were faced with a choice. They could keep everyone on and work for as long as money lasts. Maybe that could have been weeks. Who knows? Maybe they could have hoped to turn it around. The other option is to radically downsize the team. Because in doing that...
Well, it's like in those zombie movies, right? Where, like, they decide to, like, kill people or something like that before, they run out of rations so the remaining people can actually live. Like, there's a lot of examples of this. And, like, doing some sort of culling function like Wildlight did is incredibly common inside of every type of business. And it would be common inside of survival period, right? It's just very simple asset allocation turned into, basically a business model.
Whatever money they've
just
got,
how it is.
whatever money they bring in will go
That's
far,
life.
far longer. And obviously, they chose the latter. But that does have consequences. The studio may exist for longer, but a game performing layoffs this close to launch Yes, it hurts the devs who have got to keep delivering the game, but it also shakes the confidence of players who don't.
It does, because if your business model is built around people paying for your game and paying for cosmetics, everybody knows when a game goes end of service, all of your waifus descend into the void. You're never going to talk to her again. She's never going to do her emote for you again. It's not going to matter how much money you spent on copies of her character so she could do marginally more damage. She is gone, vanished into the void, you know, reduced to atoms, and that's it. Your waifu is gone. Whenever, listen guys, whenever they shut down the Genshin Impact servers, you will never see your Hu Tao again. She's gone. Your Furina, into the void, never to be seen again.
This is the most relaxing game in 2025.
That's how it is.
Basically, obviously unstable. Now, evidently, there's some interest and projected revenue.
Sorry, boys.
To try and keep things going. It could be that they're not getting a lot of money, but maybe they think it's enough to keep on whatever team they've got. We just don't know yet because we don't have the hard numbers. But here's the thing. This is just one story, one example. It's an example of something that is going on absolutely everywhere in this industry. And a big reason is that the games market...
The big reason is because the games that people make are bad.
...is completely different now.
It's bad.
How
They're
long
bad.
when Highguard starts development? Development of this game started in 2022. At launch, they had grown to about 100.
I feel like in 2022, you could have known this was going to happen. Like, anybody without the foresight of this, like, I mean, you're really making billion-dollar decisions and you can't see this? It's embarrassing.
Now, even in an era where smaller teams are being pitched as a solution to everything, well, that's not a lot of people for a live service game.
Yeah.
Because to keep up pace with a live service game, you just do need a shitload of people.
You do. You need a ridiculous amount of people. And also, like, whenever you look at the 28 people, whenever they say they have 28 people, that doesn't mean 28 devs. You're going to have middle management, HR, coordination, logistics people, etc. So, like, with 28 people, you probably have at most 15 devs.
Wondered why live service games
Keep that in mind.
really slow to change in big, meaningful ways. It's essentially that reason. But unlike the AAA live services they'd be competing against, well, there's no publisher for Highguard. There's no other revenue stream to pick up the slack. And in 2026, clearly no funding partner to step in and take a punt on them. The new model is very simple then. If a bet made in the post-pandemic
Good
era
old-fashioned post-birth abortion.
fails, the studio just dies. I mean, Highguard failing to sell passes and microtransactions already does basically mean that they're stuck. But they can't really make more.
I don't think that the decision was made after, like, I mean, you don't make a big financial decision like that after 6 days. Now, there could have been a possibility where they had, like, their golden ticket option of, like, wow, what if we sell 1 million copies, then we won't have to do this? But that's like a, like, vanishingly small, like, 1% of 1%, like, pipe dream thing.
Money. All they can do is save money by cutting away their team and hoping they can make the line go up later. Now, you may be thinking, surely this wouldn't be a problem if the launch of your game correlated with you getting money, such as
if the launch of your video game correlates with you getting money, this will increase the profitability of your video game. That's true, Bellior. You're right about that. That's a good point. I agree with this.
The game. You could look at Arc Raiders.
Yes.
That's a game that did.
And that was a correlation where the release of the game correlated with money. That's so true. And they made way more money.
Launched as a paid product.
Yeah.
It would have helped with the upfront money. It would have helped with buy-in because, funnily enough, people who have bought a game are people who are willing to hand over money. They'll actually convert better into ongoing payers. Well, as good as that may
I mean, like, I think that's true, but there's, like, also the, like, opportunity cost of, like, you're getting... Okay, so you have a user base that has a higher probability of converting to sales, but you have a much smaller user base. So it's always... Like, you look at, like, Overwatch 2, for example, I think that's a great parallel. I think Overwatch 2 seems to be substantially less successful than Overwatch 1.
sound. They didn't have a big brand, they didn't have other revenue streams, they didn't have the big publisher backing that, say,
Reaches on
Arclight
Snowball
had.
Fight? I did.
And clearly, in terms of launch quality, it did not have what they would need to justify a price tag. So even if a price tag could have helped,
I'm gonna be honest, bro. This guy is playing against Stormtroopers. This is embarrassing, bro. Like that guy that he played against is a retard. Wow.
get financial position, it wouldn't work.
That's crazy.
I think the big thing is, yes, if you put a price tag on the game and it launches,
Yeah, that's like the way I play.
Amazing product market fit, boom. Helldivers, Arc Raiders. But if you launch with a price tag and you haven't
Arc Raiders have Peanut, nothing else with Mar. No, it's not because of Burt. Peanut isn't the reason why Arc Raiders is popular. If it was, then maybe him getting sponsored by Marathon is going to make Marathon popular. Right, guys?
market fit, you're just going to be immediately executed. Take a look. Conquer.
It's just not the way it works.
Now we
Oh, look at that, time over. But I'm still here.
and has not worked. We fundamentally haven't seen big sustained successes here. And in the previous video we did in Highguard, we talked about a bunch of other shooters, some of which are really, really good, that had came out and the people were completely unaware of. Now, when we take a look at the games that are more successful, like Marvel Rivals or Arena Breakout Infinite, slick title there, chaps, well, those are succeeding off the backs of humongous investments at a scale designed to peel players away from whatever their game of choice is. Now, there are
It's also having the Marvel IP helps a lot too. Like, I mean, it does.
titles like Supervive or Mecha Break that have got great reviews, but even their player counts are dwindling.
Well, Mecha Break doesn't have good reviews. They got a bunch of bad reviews because that shit they had in the beginning.
Like everything else about Highguard, there is no one solution to suggest here, though I do have a few. And as leadership cuts this team down, the real takeaway is that even compared to a decade ago, second chances do not exist. And it's all contributed to something
Cyberpunk. I think that second chances do exist. Cyberpunk, Lords of the Fallen. I mean, I guess maybe am I just listing things based off survivorship bias? I think Bellier is generally correct, but I think that exceptions occur for for exceptional products. Like, which is like, I mean, honestly, I'm just wasting time talking.
See
Everybody
in
knows
the
that.
comments something I feel myself. Where the fuck's all this money going? Like, what is actually the deal?
Obvious.
Why does the games industry look like this these days? Do you know what? I think I have a few answers. And I have to say thanks to Highguard because it helped me get to them. Okay, I've got a fundamental belief about games in this space. I think they are played a bit more like sports. So a League of Legends player could be playing League for like 10 years. And it doesn't matter to them that there isn't a humongous, fundamentally crazy new amount of content or a new amazing campaign to get immersed in, because they're playing League like it's a sport. The same thing goes for Counter-Strike. The same thing went for Overwatch in some ways. It goes for other games like the Rainbow Six Sieges. Basically, those competitive kind of default
Whoa, what is this?
What?
A journeyman's hood.
Has a lot of those games being successful, and it's trying to fight for those.
Every game wants to be the game that people just play no matter what. Big surprise. Usually that doesn't happen.
Ah, we got a journeyman's hood. Okay.
Trying to fight them for their own players.
My previous hood was novice. Now we have a journeyman. Okay, what do we cleanse? Create a purifying circle with 4-meter radius at your feet, cleansing all crowd-controlled effects. Okay, and this one? Gather ambient energy to gain a shield, absorbing up to 395 damage before resistance for 3 seconds.
It's called Rocket League. What a great game, too. Amazing game.
Enjoy.
Release a sonic wave in front of you, dealing 107 magical damage.
Think about it.
Fans of
Football too.
devouring
Yeah,
them.
it's
If
football
I put it
too.
like that, it would seem absolutely preposterous. Because these are games, but they're games that
Increase all damage and your healing cast by 15%.
kind of default thing. So I think the game industry is spending.
Devs for Rocket League should do a real life Rocket League where they have somebody that's like a really well known pro player go up against like a professional driver and make like a real life Rocket League stadium and then have people play off of it. That'd be nuts. Like, bro, but the thing is that Red Bull can set up with like Jinxie. Like, oh my god, that'd be fucking funny.
Trying to do that. Trying to
I think this is passive.
That's the long boy. I got him in TFT.
decades. I think what you
They're in
see
Nashor.
is that's the wrong thing to do. You don't try to kill the current incumbent by tweaking a few things and launching something of the same genre. You don't dethrone Coca-Cola by having a slightly different formulation of Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
No, you get some sort of new drink, cool thing that the market hasn't seen, that pulls people away from Coke because your offering is new, genuine, different. I think that is why some of these
Right?
games are filled. Spectre Divide, Counter-Strike, a little bit different. Valorant, Counter-Strike, a little bit different.
Yeah.
But with Riot money, Riot backing, the scale factors that an indie team like this one just obviously could not pull
Yeah.
off. But even with that said, there is a new modern
It's
thing.
also the complexity of a game. I think that a lot of video games get designed and they have a high level of complexity, but their tactile enjoyment is very low. So I think that's a problem that Highguard has that Rocket League does not. Rocket League is a game that's deceptively easy, which makes it very easy to watch, very easy to understand. It's like one of those games where it's like, oh, give me the controller, I can do that. Where it's like Highguard, you're like, no, I don't want to play. You can go, you can play another one.
to think about. And that is how immediate success is almost needed. You see, years ago, Fortnite and Rainbow Six Siege genuinely struggled with their launches, but they found their feet and they became industry giants. Basically, they had the funding they needed to grow through the rocky periods and to find product market fit whenever their game was there as a live thing. It literally took time. But in this case, that's obviously not possible. And we can think why it isn't possible. And there's a very obvious reason. They literally couldn't afford to do it. So we then have to ask ourselves, how could they have afforded to do it? Here's my contention.
If they had made money and had people buy the cosmetics in the game and had it projected in, because like basically the player count that they had was too low based off of their conversion rate statistics that they could make money.
Developers with AAA skills, AAA, norms, because that is just where they work, tried to dethrone AAA. Okay? Now they did that by making a game that looks and feels AAA. Like the fidelity of the models, even some of the art style things. Yeah, it's trying to take on AAA by looking and feeling like a AAA. But the problem is, that's really goddamn hard and expensive to do. All of those models, all of those skins, that takes a lot of money and a lot of time. And the higher your fidelity is, generally speaking, the harder it is to iterate and iterate and iterate. Which maybe means that the Highguard that we've got is just a bit of a plan that they felt locked into. Now, in another world, where they chose an art style that wasn't as high fidelity, one where they didn't decide to be independently AAA, but rather
I
decided...
don't think that the fidelity for the art style really was a big factor, personally. I think that, honestly, Highguard released a lot of content after release. It's just that it wasn't very good. Like, the fidelity for the game and the content wasn't the issue. It was the core game loop and the philosophy surrounding it. That's really what it is.
An independent that can become AAA. Maybe if they more fully embraced what being an independent studio means, especially financially, then they could have pulled it off. But equally, maybe it wasn't possible because of their funding. A lot of venture capital money is going into games in this period of time. Those types of VC bets are not designed for sustainable growth. They are designed for real big fucking humongous fast growth whenever the launches.
Yeah, take 100 bets and then one of them goes in and then you make all your money back from the 99 that don't. Yeah, sure.
That would mean that they would probably only be able to get funding by saying, we're going to make a AAA looking game that can compete with AAAs, just that instead of all of the money going to our old friends at Electronic Arts, it's going to go to us.
Yeah.
To you, Mr. Venture Backer. And by the way, as people who have ran big AAA live service games, here's how the finances of them work. Look at this, isn't it fantastic? Perhaps you can
And
see
you got to think about this, right? I mean, like, as
Okay, Journeyman's collar robe.
this is at a very baseline, right? I mean, like, would you take this call? I'd absolutely take this call. This seems like the easiest money of your life.
couple of games.
More ads. Effing ads.
Battlegrounds is one of the reasons why this whole post-pandemic boom type of just wave of games has felt the way that it has. And now what will happen is those laid-off devs will either decide to go back into AAA, where it'll be extremely hard to get a job, and getting a job, at the big behemoth that they wanted to leave. right? Not wanting to be under the yoke of one of those megacorps. And yes, it is the case that Wildlight was never some tiny little self-funded indie. Absolutely. But even though they'll have got funding from a bunch of those external partners, the company still is responsible for itself, right? It still is certainly a lot more independent than if you were working in a studio that was wholly owned by a big AAA publisher. So,
I feel like that's probably not as much of a good thing in some cases, right? Because if you have a bit, like, I think it really depends on what the studio is specifically, right? It's the same as any job. Like, I mean, you can have small studios that are probably run like a concentration camp, and you can have big studios that are run a lot more reasonable.
I'd have to go back to that.
I think just
or
logically that's the way it is.
Go to a different industry. Probably won't be good. Those people
I'd
are
short it.
certainly capable of
After
fantastic
seeing it, I
things,
would too.
just in another environment. Look at, say, Expedition 33.
Yeah.
For all the grief that people give Ubisoft, well, Expedition 33 is a bunch of Ubisoft people.
Ubisoft was one of the GOATs. They were one of the gold standards, and the reason why they're not anymore is that I guess they just decided to be, like, I think that really Ubisoft's main problem is that they have too many products. They tried making too many products, and they spread their competency too thin. Like, instead of, because you think about it, right? You're trying to make Assassin's Creed, you're trying to make Star Wars, you're trying to make Prince of Persia, there's 2 Prince of Persia games, you have another unreleased game that you have, you're maintaining, you know, fucking, what do you call it? What's the, Rainbow Six, and you have probably 2 other games I just can't think of right now. Like, you're maintaining and making, like, Far Cry, yeah, you have all of these games. Like, what studio could functionally spread themselves across that many different products and then deliver them to market and not fail? Like, Ubisoft set themselves up, they set themselves up for failure. They did, and this is before you even talk about like ideology or woke or anything else. You just look at like logistically, you set yourself up to fail. That's how it
And a
is.
bunch of people for whom it was their first job in the industry. And I think that shows that whenever the kind of working conditions, the scope, the budget, and all those things are well aligned for a game,
Yeah.
people really can put and do their best work. In this situation, they just weren't
was such
able
a
to
good
put it
game.
for long enough.
One of the
because
best games ever
the
made.
type of game they were trying to make.
Not
you know, let's just take on EA and all the live service
Yeah.
things. Pretty hard, right? But you know what's also hard?
Yeah, it is.
Having a general broad spectrum trust in the world and in things such as Discord. There's a reason why a lot of people aren't trusting Discord right now, and you can hear our report on that story in this video next.
Wow, what a good segue. And they got lucky with Rainbow Six Siege because it's not the original Rainbow Six. I mean, I never really played it a lot. I disagree that it's too many products. Capcom and Square Enix have a lot of IPs and they make them profitable. Ubisoft's downfall is due to poor leadership with the CEO. I don't even think that Capcom or Square Enix.
Nah, if you're a game studio,
I'll link you guys the video.
or if you are a game development company, and you want to succeed, the formula is,
You know, make sure to give the guys some support. I think
if you're a game development studio and you want to succeed, the formula is very easy.
probably going to
Just make good games. And if you don't know how to make good games, then
let that sink in. Yeah, I think that's
that is a major recipe
for 3 years.
for failing.
Assault. I beat the shit
That's it.
out of my pregnant girlfriend.
It's not that hard. It's not rocket science. Just make good games.
Never mind. No, I know this, and most of the executives at Ubisoft were a family of the CEO. Yeah, the Guillermo family. I know about it. I mean, obviously, and what I'm saying is that I think that there are a lot of factors. I think your factor is also accurate. It's not like you're wrong. You're not wrong. I'm just saying that I think a bigger factor is the fact that the games, you know, like they spread themselves way too thin. That's really it. No talent family. I mean, they used to be great. I just think that, again, it's like you do too much and then you can't have that competency.
San Marino corn tuna.
Siksik sa laman at linamnam ng tuna.
What's that?
Stupid ads. Anyway, guys, that was really, I think, just based on what I've seen right now, I believe YouTube is now blocking Brave's ad blocker, and Brave just had an update. I guess they updated Brave to fight YouTube's blocking their ad blocker, but well, YouTube is one step ahead of them. Anyway, guys, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And again, if you guys want to send some coffee my way, you know, everyone loves coffee. I do love drinking coffee. I don't get enough coffee, unfortunately. You can use the links in the description. So there you go. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye for now.